Getting to know a Transformers Getting to know a Transformers fan. I can't talk today, it's all going. I'm going to a tattoo shop this afternoon to have a look at getting a Transformers tattoo. This is also the second time I'm recording this video because I tried doing it on this. If any of you ever want to get a Samsung Galaxy S5 Neo, my recommendation is don't, because the fucking processor in it is so small, it takes so long to flip between apps and uses, i.e. camera, Facebook, gallery, stuff, yes, that it takes so long to flip between the two, it turns itself off because you haven't touched the screen in so long. I tried to record this video previously on this. The sync doesn't work. It recorded me all stuttery. The audio is terrible. And when you're trying to watch it, what I'm saying doesn't match up with what my mouth is doing. This camera has the big fluffy bit in the middle, which gives me a big fuzzy bit, which upsets me, but at least I know it's going to work. There have been some questions asked by Mr. John G, which is annoying because I actually thought about redoing the Transformers fan thing a little while ago because there was something specific that I wanted to bring to the table, and then John beat me to it. All power to you, sunshine. Let's take the lead. Some lead, others follow. And I don't want to be at the back. Questions. I asked Mr. David Shotton to provide the questions, which he did because I was too lazy to watch the videos over again and work out what the questions were. Favourite TF fiction? I also, as Mr. JG, like Transformers Prime. I think the reason I like Transformers Prime is A, it had lots of Optimus Prime in it, which is lots of Peter Cullen going, oh, big deep voice, and stuff like that. I really, really like it. I think the reason I like it is because it's the first time in a very, very, very long time I got to enjoy something on a weekly basis, and I adore watching something on a weekly basis. If you're one of these people that loves binge watching something, all power to you, but I can't do it. I don't get it. I don't understand why you want to do it. I don't see the attraction. It drives me absolutely crazy. It's hard because you end up like staying up too late watching it, and then the next day you're like, oh, I don't remember what I watched yesterday. I like the weekly thing because I can talk to people weekly and go, did you see it? Did you see it? Let's talk about it. How do you think it's going to progress? What do you think next week's going to be like? I love that bit. It's good. It's really good. I'd love watching Star Wars for exactly that reason. Rebels, I've quoted before, the reason I enjoyed Rebels as much as I did is because it was weekly and we got to have a bit of a conversation about what was going on and what's exciting and what's happening. It's all good. I like it. Transformers Prime, very good. RID, going very well. Made for kids, not totally my bag. But at the same time, when I click Cartoon Flavour and see if it's on there, and it is, and there's a new episode, I'm all like, woo! And really look forward to it. It's good. Favourite character. This is the second time I'm going to do this. May I apologise for the shite lighting, because it is shite lighting, not light piping, because I've got shite lighting and they don't work. Look, that one works, but that one doesn't, and we can't get the bulbs out. It's a bastard. I like him. I like him. I like him. I like him. I like that specifically because it's a Nemesis Leo Convoy. And then it's like Nemesis. Whoa! And then if you go over here. I like Optimus Prime. I just do. If you don't like it, then that's fine. It doesn't bother me in the least. Like something else, it's great. I like the flames, I like the metallic paint. I love truck mode, I love movie. G1's okay, but it's not really. My phone's sagging a bit because the stand's a bit loose. Oh, the wibbly wobbly world. There we go. Wibbly wobbly, timey-wimey. I like Optimus Prime. I have lots of them. I want more. I want them all. Give them to me. What other stuff do you do? horrible feeling we're going to stand up again. We're walking. Millennium Falcon! Boing! And then if we turn it over on the other side, look, more Millennium Falcon. All the bits are where the bits are ought to be. There's one square that I've missed, which really upsets me because there ought to be a grey accent there that I haven't painted on. I'm going to have to do that. I don't know if you've all seen it, but that's my X-Wing. Again, sorry for the crap lighting. I've now fitted gouges in the wings where all the bullet holes are. I've panelled it so the scarring stops and then just lightly goes over where bits have been. And it's not Star Wars specifically, it's building models. But Star Wars and building models are two things that go very, very well together for me. For me personally, it's absolutely everything that I could possibly want. I am in frame, I can see the reflection in the telly behind the thing that I'm, the thing. That's what I do, I build Star Wars models. Do you know what? I'm going to say it out loud. I'm good enough at doing it. I think other people have kind of agreed that I'd really like to work 3-4 days a week and spend a day in the shed and make them for people. There's so many. Transformers people are a different breed because you can get Transformers in a shop pretty much anywhere. But really good Star Wars replicas, they just don't exist. They just don't exist. You can't get them. The only way to get a really high grade replica of the Millennium Falcon is to buy a Master Replicas one, which is 32 inches long and cost you well over £1,000. Or to build the 1/72nd? Yeah, the 1/72nd scale fine moulds. And that's £250 just to buy the plastic model kit. I can build them for people. And I can make them look like they look on the screen. I want to give it a go. I'm telling the universe. I believe in it. Are you going to any conventions? I'm going to Roll Out Roll Call. I'm going to TF Nation. I'm going to get drunk at both of them. I'm not going to buy any toys because I've spent all the money going to both of them. It's not the end of the world. It's kind of what I told myself I was going to do last year and sort of did it. But then other real life, world life stuff happened last year which kind of really changed things, collecting, everything, life, everything. 7 months it's taken to get back on top. I'm not on top, I'm very, very close. I'm just getting my heel over so I can climb the wall. Does that make sense? Fuck off, leave me alone. There is, however, stuff that I feel there's one big question that we're not asking because this thing here, the Getting to Know a Transformers Fan version 857.5, which was originally started by Mr. Kal-El Prime, who now is a Mrs. Kal-El Prime, congratulations. But one of the big reasons why it is the way it was because... Where are you now compared to where you were 12 months ago? Where are you now compared to where you were 2 years ago, 5 years ago? The thing that I the spin that I sped about this morning on the Spacebook was something happened last year which changed life hugely. And it took the wind out of my sails, sunk my ship, sat on the ship, smeared it all over the place, and then boiled it in oil. And then when that happened, I bypassed my sadness by buying toys. Give me all the toys. Roar. And then I found out that doing that doesn't help. It doesn't make things any better. In fact, I would say it makes things worse. Because when you violently grab all of the shit that's out, when you strategically plan how you're going to spend your wages that month so you can afford to buy all the crap that you want to buy. For me, I'm not enforcing my view on you, otherwise you'd all be idiots like I am. It spoilt the joy. It spoilt the joy doing what I was doing. It absolutely spoilt the joy in what I was doing. And it took the attention away from something that I really couldn't bear to be a focus in my life. And it was a good short-term focus for something else, but now I'm really back on track with enjoying being a Transformers fan now, because there's just so much more to it than just having toys. We are quite lucky at the moment. We've had Transformers Prime. Before that, we had Transformers Animated. If you've not watched Transformers Animated, it may be kiddies, but the storylines are amazing, and it beautifully highlights some very adult behaviour in a very child-tastic way. I don't like Optimus Prime in that. Bumblebee's really annoying, but I quite like him. But the bad guys, magic. Properly magic. Bit like Transformers RID. Bad guys are where it's at. Good guys are often a bit cardboard and a bit generic and a bit, you know, a bit out of this box and a bit out of this box. And we got a good guy. Whereas the bad guys have recently been, don't tell anyone, but they're a bit more interesting. Shh. Don't tell anyone. So there's my question. If you're doing one of these, just tag it on. There's only, is it 4, 5? Reading. Who needs reading? Tag it on. Where are you? Where are you now compared to where you were last year? If you've only just started doing things and you're 12 months into your collecting, then tell us about it. And if you're 2 or 3 years into it and you've got a bookshelf with no books and just action figures, then tell me about that as well. That's great. The other question that they used to ask, which has affected things hugely, is what is your Holy Grail? Well, I bought my Holy Grail. And I was terrified to buy my Holy Grail because I thought it was going to really cock up collecting. I thought it was going to cock up. If I have the thing that I want most, then everything else won't be worth as much afterwards. I'm staring at it. It's not that I'm looking away from you. It's in the glass box over there. I'm just having a little moment. But buying my Holy Grail has given me this beautiful sense of patience and self-awareness that I'm just buying the things that I want. And it's lovely. I've stopped buying everything that I'm seeing, like some Transformer magpie seeing something shiny and going, I might have it. I've got stuff that I've been excited about opening the box, and I've got stuff that not only have I got and then just put in a shelf somewhere or a box, but I've just picked it up every now and again and played with it again, and I told people about it because the collection's in the kitchen now. People say, look what you've done. And I'm like, oh yeah, this is that, and there's like Nemesis versions, and I've got some of those, and so it's given me a beautiful reappreciation of what I'm doing and what I've got. And I wish I had the heart to go and sell a load of stuff. I really want to sell my Lion Bot that everyone wanted at Auto Assembly last year. Transformers fan. Be a Transformers fan. There you go. There are loads of... The scene is very segregated now. I talked about it in the last video. I think in the last video I had a really good segue into it. The scene's become segregated. The scene has become quite cliquey. There are two very distinct groups of collectors. There are what I call, and please don't take this the wrong way, but the cerebral, boring ones that just sit there going, this is red and this is blue and these are knee joints and... And then there are stupid people like me that go bash them together and don't really care because it's just brightly coloured and it appeals to me in the same way a box of crayons does, that I can go put stuff on a page and make bright colours and it bothers me because if you end up with two different subsections of anything, I really worry that it's halving the fun for everyone. And I know you can have fun in your own little clique, but I think there is not an obligation. The only obligation is to yourself. But I do think to a degree we all have somewhat of a duty to have tolerance for what the other half think. If you're in the cerebral class, then don't poo-poo the people that are stupid and want to bang their toys together and do silly voices, because that's awesome. And if you are in the side that I am, which is very much the silly voice, brightly coloured, pseudo-robot magpie end of things, then be patient and listen to the other half of people talk about the fiction in the background and he shouldn't be like this, or this particular little tiny bit's wrong, which ruins the figure. And I'd quite like to see everything pull back together a little bit, but I just don't see how it's going to happen because there's two distinct halves of the community, which I think needs redefining, because community is something different online than it is in the dictionary. But that's a discussion for a different day. The one person I'd like to see talk about this is the Right Honourable Mr. David Shotton, because collecting now compared to collecting 12 months ago, he's probably one of the most significant changes, because I think Steve of the TFYTC, one of the Steves, I can't remember, is Imuk something or other, really nice guy, frightened the living daylights out of me at Auto Assembly because he came up far too over enthusiastically and really drunk and really wanted to talk to me, but all he did was go, and oh my god. And then a couple of weeks after Auto Assembly, he apologised ever so nicely for it and sent me some photos of his collection room, and holy fucking shit! Not only is it the collection room that you would possibly actually murder a fucker for, but most importantly, he has enough room in his living space to provide a room like that. I can't believe it. I struggle having that and a bookshelf upstairs and boxes of crap in the loft and the shed. And I don't think I'm ever going to have any better than that. I can't see how that's ever going to change. And he has a room dedicated to plastic toy robots and the like. And Mr. Shotton has gone in 12 months' time. I think his life has migrated very much from one thing to another. He does good videos. It annoys me. I can't do videos like that anymore. I feel very exposed when I do this now. It's weird. I'm supposed to be in a group where I'm at the forefront of pioneering the way to doing videos and stuff like that. It doesn't feel like that. That was a downer, wasn't it? My name has been SMS number 1. You can call me Dave. I like robots and I make model spaceships. And the sillier you are, the more I like you. Probably. Unless you're a dick. And if you're a dick, you're not allowed. So fuck off. So, there's my question. Cunt.